Questions and answers on the second home. Part 1. Xiefeng. Question: why establish the second home? A. To realize the ideals of humanity's sages and the aspirations of the masses. To set an example for humankind. To allow Chanyuan celestials to experience the life of celestials in the 1,000-year world. And to provide Chanyuan celestials with a favorable environment for cultivation and refinement. Question: what kind of people can enter the second home? A. Only the most civilized and outstanding people of humanity can enter. In other words, the mature crops to be harvested. Question: who is the leader of the second home? A. Those who live strictly according to Lifechanyuan's values and principles are the leaders of the second home. Question: where is the second home located? A. Wherever the right conditions exist, their second home may be established. Question: can I enter the second home? A. No, unless you have been baptized by the values and principles of Lifechanyuan. Question: why must one undergo the baptism of Lifechanyuan values to enter the second home? A. Because without such baptism, you will be at a loss inside the second home. You would not know what to say or what to do. Question: does every Chanyuan celestial automatically qualify to enter the second home? A. No. Only those who have devoted themselves wholeheartedly to the construction of Lifechanyuan for at least half a year may enter. Question: will those in the second home live a hard and austere life? A. Quite the contrary. They will live the most abundant and lively life. Question: how can such an abundant and lively life be guaranteed? A. Because those who can enter are the finest and most outstanding of humankind, gifted at creating. Question: if you live in abundance, will you not care about the poor? A. We are concerned with the spirit and soul, not with material needs. Material things must be created by oneself. Question: where do the funds of the second home come from? A. From the devotion and creativity of those who enter the second home. Question: what if someone in the second home becomes lazy? A. Those baptized in Lifechanyuan values will not become lazy. If they do, their own conscience will be the first to rebuke them. Question: could the second home turn authoritarian? A. No. Those baptized in Lifechanyuan values are all profoundly wise, clear-minded, and guided only by the Tao. No one can be manipulated by another, nor can anyone manipulate others. Only the most civilized way of living works here. Question: does the second home allow private property? A. No. Everything is shared in common. Question: then does that mean there is no privacy or personal freedom? A. Not at all. Each person's dwelling is private and sacred, inviolable. Without the owner's permission, no one may intrude. Question: but doesn't that still count as private property? A. Property is not privately owned. Everything belongs to the second home. Yet each individual enjoys a high degree of freedom and innate rights which cannot be deprived. For example, when someone is resting, no one may disturb them, nor deprive them of their basic safety and security. Question: does the second home maintain the institution of marriage? A. No. There is no marrying or being married in the second home. Question: then married couples cannot enter? A. They can. It is best if both enter together. Upon entry, the marriage bond dissolves, but they may continue a more civilized and beautiful intimate relationship, which no one may interfere with. If only one spouse wishes to enter, the other must provide written consent. Otherwise, neither spouse may enter alone. Question: is sexual life in the second home unrestricted? A. Yes, within ethical boundaries. As long as 2, or even 3 or 4, people willingly consent, they may relate however they wish, so long as they remain grateful to the greatest creator, and as long as such experiences help them feel the beauty of life and living, deepening their love for life, and inspiring them to dedicate themselves more creatively and selflessly to humanity's happiness. Why should that be limited? Question: isn't this promiscuity? A. Humanity's concept of promiscuity is mistaken. Promiscuity only refers to sexual relations between mothers and sons, fathers and daughters, grandparents and grandchildren, or siblings. Sexual relations between other people are not promiscuity. And as for gatherings, what is wrong with that? Humanity gathers for meetings, strikes, protests, sports, dances, and countless activities. Why not gather for entertainment? As long as no harm is caused to others or to social order, why not? It is but a form of recreation.